The number that matters to our shareholders is 129,699. That's the number of Bitcoin we hold on our balance sheet.
What drove this decision to move on from that CEO spot? Is it the end of the Bitcoin era for MicroStrategy?
No, it's the beginning of the Bitcoin era. Some people say it's their idea. I'm the controlling shareholder of the company. I have the majority of the voting stock. And so I've been planning to place Phong as the CEO since we made him chief operating officer. That was like 2018. And we made him president in 2020. And at that point, he was running sales, marketing, technology, services, pretty much everything. And he was the CFO. And so that was his 2 years to get comfortable in that role. And we couldn't elevate him to CEO until we had another CFO. It's totally inappropriate to have a CEO and CFO as one person in a publicly traded company. So the catalyst for this is when could I find a CFO, and when would Phong have had the time to season in the role? And both of those things, the plan predates my infatuation with Bitcoin, Emily. It goes back that far.
Still, MicroStrategy lost $1 billion due to your Bitcoin holdings. It's underperforming, the biggest tech companies that are also underperforming. How do you square that? How much is too much for you, or when will it ever be too much?
Okay, well, first of all, it's a non-cash, indefinite, intangible loss. The number that matters to our shareholders is 129,699. That's the number of Bitcoin we hold on our balance sheet. And as I've just laid out, over a 2-year period, our strategy outperformed the NASDAQ by a factor of 10. So we are volatile in the near term, more volatile than a lot of things, but volatility is the price you pay for performance. We could have chosen a more conventional path in August of 2020 and just given $500 million back to the shareholders and operated an enterprise software company that would have been worth about $60 a share. But there's no way we could have achieved superior shareholder returns if we weren't willing to take a risk and embrace that volatility. So the result, as you can see it, is the stock is above $300 a share. It gyrates. We have more volatility in 1 hour, Emily, than we had in 12 weeks before. But I embrace the volatility because the alternative would be we're dead money and no one cares about us.
Now, even Tesla sold 75% of its crypto holdings. And on that day that Tesla announced it, you tweeted, if you sell 75% of your Bitcoin, you only have 25% of your Bitcoin left. Is Elon Musk wrong?
Such a sad day for Tesla. It's, we all regret having chosen great assets. All of my investment mistakes in my entire career where I bought a good thing and then I sold it too soon. And there's never going to be more than 21 million Bitcoin. In 100 years from now, there'll be no more than 21 million Bitcoin. So I think that it's a buy and hold strategy. I think that, Tesla has many other issues that I am not privy to. So it's not my place to criticize them. But I do think that acquiring and holding high quality property forever is a good investment strategy. And Bitcoin, in my opinion, is the highest quality property in the world.
So look, I know Bitcoin supporters have been arguing for a decade that decentralized cryptocurrency would dethrone the US dollar. It hasn't happened yet. Will that happen?
No, I don't think it'll happen. But what I do think is there's incredible consensus that the entire world wants a digital dollar, like a stable coin, like Circle or Tether. And they want it because their currencies are collapsing, and 8 billion people would like to have dollars on their Android phone. And I also think there's a consensus that a digital commodity like Bitcoin is a really important asset to stand alongside things like gold or oil or land. And there's incredible demand for that sort of digital property in the world. And so I think Bitcoin is going to grow as an asset class, as it's legitimized and embraced as an asset class. I think it'll coexist alongside other assets. And I think that there will always be fiat currencies from strong, well-run nation states. But Emily, it is true that in places like Sri Lanka and Venezuela and Nigeria, their currencies are collapsing. And those citizens are going to use the dollar as a medium of exchange for the near term. And if you want a long-term store of value, and I'm saying looking out 4 years or longer, you want property, and Bitcoin is of course that long-term digital property you want to hold as a store of value.